Hey y'all, welcome to Horrible Gaming. My name is Nora, and on today's video we are finishing up our Fall Festival Plaza in Disney Dreamlight Valley. If you're new to my channel, first I want to say welcome over here. I do a lot of cozy gaming and a lot of building designs, so I hope you decide to stick around. I have been working super hard on my valley, trying to get it ready for the fall season, and today we are finishing up this carnival-vibe fall festival that I started a couple of days ago. I really wanted to attempt a seasonal plaza idea that you could rotate per season and just decorate for like Christmas or like spring. So I thought it'd be really fun to do this in the plaza. I feel like we're always doing like buildings or natural stuff in the plaza, so I felt like this was a little bit of a different approach to it. Also, I am planning to turn my peaceful meadow into a city or a town. I'm kind of like torn between both of those right now, but regardless, all of my buildings are going to be in the peaceful meadow. As we get started on today's video, I just want to give a huge shout out to my lovely friend I'm Not Dead Jet here on YouTube. Jet actually brainstormed some ideas for me on my plaza build, and I was really torn on what to do in these locations. And Jet had this amazing idea on doing like a little carnival area on each side, because a lot of the festivals that we actually go to have rides, and why that never occurred to me in my brain when I was like decorating, I don't know. But I was like, oh my gosh, you're absolutely right. There is carnival rides in festivals. So I'm really excited to finally finish this up so we can move on to our next project in the valley. So obviously many of y'all have been asking for an idea on what to do with Woody's home. I mean, this is so hard to decorate with, and my original plan was to do a carnival in my Forgotten Lands, and obviously that never happened because I changed my mind constantly. So I loved this placement with Woody's home in my plaza because of all the rich red tones, and of course it's a carnival item, so it felt so perfect and appropriate for this build. I wish I could have used the Ferris wheel in today's video, but I decided against it because it's like this pastel blue color. If it was like a red, yellow, or green, I would have totally included it in today's build, but I just wasn't a fan of how pastel it looked against all these fall colors. When I was decorating my fall festival, it came to my mind that we have no like spooky Halloween themed balloons. I'm actually quite shocked on this because Disney does Halloween and spooky pretty dang well. Honestly, if I had like some pumpkin balloons or Halloween themed balloons, I think this would have been so perfect for my festival. Of course, we have those like craftable ones, but I was not a fan of like any of the shades. Like they just weren't speaking to me. I'm sure like the red and black one could have worked perfectly fine in this build, but I just didn't like them. But of course, if you want to add those in there and get some balloons in your festival, I think they would look cute. It's just it wasn't for me. So I'm almost done with the fall festival area by Woody's home. I'm gonna go ahead and add a few more details, but I think it's pretty much done. I wanted to make sure you could still wander around each location without getting stuck, and of course my villagers too. I tried to keep it as functional as possible because I want to be able to access those mining deposits, but if you don't care about those, you could totally block them off with some more greenery. I just wanted to make this as functional as possible, just in case if there's a new player maybe watching this video and needing to access as many resources as possible. So on the top left, I actually filled that in with an older build of mine. We did this on my Town Core series for the plaza, and I really missed my clock being over here. I just felt like it was so appropriate for a seasonal location to have like this little sitting area with that clock item. So I thought this would be a perfect addition to my build because we can actually edit and change out that decor per season. Like I said earlier, I'm trying to stay dedicated to this and changing it out per season and doing a new festival location for each holiday. So eventually this is going to be a Christmas plaza. I want to be able to swap out the clock decor with like a giant Christmas tree or maybe some presents when Christmas comes around, so I'm really trying my best to stay committed to this and editing it for Christmas. I'm just so tired of my plaza being like this complete disaster storm. I'm constantly changing my mind, flattening things, so it would be nice to have some organization, even if it's only until Christmas, then I can flatten to my heart's content, but I really want something functional and easy to swap out in the future. Anyways, for the next stage of this build, I struggled, and not because I didn't know what to do for design, but because the most dreadful glitch ever has returned since the last update, and that is every time I decorate a location and exit out of decorating mode, everything gets deleted or moved, and I have to redo what I just built all over again. So I had that issue about 4 times during this build, so there will be transitions throughout this part of the video, sadly, because I had to rebuild everything from start to finish all over again several times. Anyways, after I rebuilt everything, I ended up doing a little natural area behind the Dumbo ride just to make it a little bit more lush and filled in. I think over in this location, we're going to do a little picnic area, maybe some more pumpkin clutter, and definitely some little food locations. I'm actually going to keep on the other side of that little Mickey outhouse completely open. I'm just going to fence this all in because I want all of the resources for the plaza to spawn over here. That way it doesn't interfere with my carnival, but also the flowers obviously have nowhere to spawn. So this will make this build also more functional, having those natural resources spawn for players that need them. Over here by the picnic blanket, we're just going to do a little simple greenery filler area, just like I did behind the Dumbo ride, just to fill in this location a little bit more. And then I'm going to also put a stall in front of that tree. Originally, I was like lining this with rocks, but I really loved having this stall with different food items that I made, and it just added more to the build itself. So I'm going to end up doing that instead. So we're going to go ahead and transition because I did change my mind a few times in this location. Anyways, our plaza is nearly done. I'm going to go ahead and fence in by the Dumbo ride and then add some rock transitional areas on the other side of the fence where the grass is, and that's where our natural resources are going to spawn. But I'm pretty happy with how everything turned out. So after a few more details, we're going to go ahead and transition and do our final walkthrough of our Fall Festival Plaza. I hope today's video brought you some Disney Dreamlight Valley inspiration and also captured those nostalgic fall festivals that we all grew up with or love attending. It feels good to have a biome actually fully decorated and done. Y'all, I haven't seen this in my valley in over a year, so this is insane to see. I am constantly flattening and redoing things, and I absolutely love how this fall festival turned out, and I hope y'all loved it too. As we near the end of today's video, I do want to give a huge shout out to all of my channel members. Thank you so much for supporting me as a creator. Just your support in general means the absolute world to me. I hope that today's Disney Dreamlight Valley video brought you some inspiration. Let me know your thoughts about this fall festival build in the comment section below and future Disney Dreamlight Valley builds you hope to see on my channel. With that being said, thank you so much for watching and have a horrible day. I'll see you next video.